Welcome back to another video. This will be regarding Artec Spider II. This will be a 3D scan. We see over here a classic pocket watch. And I saw a post regarding this 3D model and I decided to make a video about it. So if you're going to take a look at the model from Sketchfab, you're going to see the following mesh. We see over here in the middle, if you're going to read the description, you're going to see that a small amount of spray was used for the rear notches over here, and the watch broken clasp meant some adhesive was required to keep it close. So we see over there that. But I'm really impressed by the results, especially over here on the back. If I will go within a full screen, we're gonna see all those fine details that have been 3D scanned on the back. If I will go within Model Inspector and I will choose, for example, the matte cap, this will better highlight the mesh, and we see how fine this has been 3D scanned. You can also check over here the wireframe, and we're gonna see that this will be quite dense. So let's see. The model can be downloaded over here within the free download. This can be used under the Creative Commons license before. So that means if I will use this, I will need to make a link back to the website. Now, let's take a look at the file format. This will be available in OBJ file. So this is a scan without the texture. OBJ can support the texture, but this model doesn't have that acquired. Now within Blender, I will select those default elements. I will also enable screencast keys. And let's import the model. File import OBJ. Within downloads, we're gonna find the model over here within the pocket watch. And we see the model. This is a scan that was created in May 23, as we can see. So this is quite recent. So I'm going to import the model and let's take a look at the output. We're going to see that Blender will import this at a larger scale. So I'm going to scale this by pressing S and I will type in 0.01. Afterwards, I press on the comma in order to zoom in, and this will be the real size of the pocket watch. If I'm going to enable the statistics, we're going to see that there are a total number of triangles over here, so 5.5 million in this case. Now, this is how Blender will visualize this. If I will right click, I have the possibility to go to Shaded Smooth, and we're going to say this will smooth out the visualization for the model. Let's say that we want to visualize this with a golden material. I can use Blender Kit. I'm going to type in over here gold, and we're going to see a wide variety of materials. So in this case, I will use this gold material. So with the model selected, I can double click the material. We're going to have that downloaded, as you can see now. And after that, apply it to the model. If I will swap the visualization to show the material, we're going to see that it will look like this with that texture applied. So we see that currently the computer is struggling a little bit to visualize this with the material because I'm doing a rotation and it takes a little bit of time to have that process over here. If I will swap this back to geometry without material, this becomes a lot smoother. Now, if you want to improve the visualization, for example, over here on the horse, I can also smooth this a little bit. So I can jump within sculpting. I'm gonna zoom in closer to the mesh. If I want to better visualize those details, I can also enable over here cavity. As you can see, this will extrapolate those cavities, making them more visible within the viewport. And with a brush, I will go with a strength of 0.01. I will increase the brush size. And if I'm going to hold down Shift and I will slowly move this onto the side of the model, we're going to see how that will be smoothed out. Keep in mind that we have the cavity enabled over here, so in reality, those will not be that visible. For example, if I will have this unchecked, we're going to see all of those fine details will look like this. But usually it's a good idea to keep cavity on so you can better smooth out various elements. We can also move to the other side, and if I will hold down Shift, I will slowly remove those fine grain elements from the surface. We can also use other software solutions to automate this. For example, we can use GeoMagick, but I want to make this using open source solutions. Now, if I will stop the visualization back to the golden material, we're going to see that the mesh will look like this. We can also try a different golden material in this case. So if I will go back to the layout, I can also apply that directly from sculpting, but it's usually faster over here within the layout. Let's say that I want to apply this golden material, so I will double click on that. We're going to have that downloaded and afterwards applied. And this is why I like Blender and Blender Kit, since there are many materials that we can work with. So in this case, the material will look like this. So not very realistic regarding the overall parameters. We can see over here within the material section that we can change various parameters to change this, but the material will not look that good. We have over here gold metal, a different material one. It also has some scratches, so I want to see how those scratches will be visualized onto this pocket watch. I'm also going to lower the IOR over here, maybe set it to 1. And we see those reflections from the HDR map within Blender. And over here on the back, we're going to see those fine details that have been 3D scanned. This is why it's really impressive that a 3D scanner can make a model with so good details at a small scale like this one. We see over here that where we have this element linked to the main body, there will be a little bit of noise over here. So that can be further smoothed out within sculpting. If I will jump over here, and if I will zoom a little bit better, closer over here, we're gonna see that over there. And again, we can hold down Shift and we can smoothen this out a little bit. We have this section where the mesh has been joined together. So in reality, those meshes should be not joined together. And we see over here that middle section. Okay, but overall we see how well this model will look. We can also try to apply various other materials. For example, maybe this pocket watch was made from silver-like material, and let's just try to apply this and see how this will visualize. I will also leave the sculpting environment, since within layout it will be a lot better. And we have the material applied. In this case, we see that the material should also be scaled. So if I will go within shading, depending on how this material was created, we're going to have this displacement map that we can work with. And also we should have the coordinates for the mapping. In this case, the scale is too large. So if I will go with 0.1, we're going to see that the model will look like this. If you're going to go with a larger value, the model will look like this. So those details will be even larger. So this is not exactly what we want, because all of those fine details that were 3D scanned will no longer be visible. Therefore, we need to go with, let's say, a 0.05 value in this case. And if I will jump back now to the layout, we're going to see that the pocket watch with the silver texture will look like this. So I highly encourage you to further go ahead and maybe prepare this for visualization. But I'm really impressed with the quality of the mesh output over here. Okay, so I will position a similar video regarding 3D scanning over here on the left, and I will also add a subscribe button to the right. So that's it. Thanks for watching.